Welcome to the Enjoy Hoover podcast, your guide for all things happening in our vibrant city. I'm your host, Melissa Carter, and today we're celebrating major wins for Hoover High basketball. We'll hear from coaches Scott Ware and Christy Johnson. The boys have clinched their third consecutive title, while the girls have made history with an amazing fifth straight win. We'll explore their championship journeys, winning strategies, and how the Hoover community fuels their success. Grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's celebrate all the reasons to love Hoover together. So are we sure that March is almost over? Seriously, how have we gone through a full 3 months in 2025 already? The good news is there is no shortage of great things happening around Hoover. Here are several can't-miss events you'll want to know about. On April 10th, take in an evening with the Dill Pickers. The show starts at 7 p.m. at the Hoover Library Theater. Enjoy an evening of lively music and entertainment with the Dill Pickers, a vocal string band known for their unique mix of instruments and theatrical flair. From bluegrass to unexpected surprises like pianos, clarinets, and accordions, this group delivers a performance full of fun and energy. The special event is a fundraiser benefiting the Friends of Hoover Library. Learn more at thelibrarytheater.com. Spring cleaning leads to a spring refresh for many homeowners, and what better way to get ideas for your home than the annual Parade of Homes? This yearly tour of new homes is presented by the Greater Birmingham Association of Home Builders. Held on the weekends of April 25th through the 27th and May 2nd through 4th, it's the perfect opportunity if you were thinking about a new home or if you just love to see new ideas and design trends. Explore the newest homes for sale, discover your next floor plan and home design, or just find inspiration in the latest home decor and technology. Learn more at birminghamparadeofhomes.com. Hoover's biggest party, Celebrate Hoover Day, is April 26th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Veterans Park. The family-friendly festival is filled with fun, entertainment, and community spirit, featuring a giant apple pie, complimentary food samples, and a variety of activities for all ages. Enjoy live entertainment, kids' activities, and a car show showcasing classic and unique vehicles. Celebrate Hoover Day is free to the public and a perfect way to connect with the community and enjoy a day of festivities with family and friends. Park at Spain Park High School and catch a shuttle to the park. Finally, it's time to support Hoover City Schools. On May 2nd, don't miss Derby and Dining from 6 to 9 p.m. at Orison Oak Farm in Bluff Park. Derby and Dining, formerly known as Denim and Dining, is the Hoover City Schools Foundation's largest annual fundraiser. This casual event features live music, live and silent auctions, and dinner. Derby attire is encouraged for this fun event supporting a great cause. Learn more at hoovercsf.org/events.
We understand the frustration of trying to find the right answers in a sea of automated big bank options. That's why, for over 120 years, Union State Bank has helped thousands of individuals and businesses find the right financial solutions to achieve their goals. We're committed to building lasting and trustworthy partnerships, not meeting a monthly quota. Union State Bank, where every customer is a neighbor. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. MLO number is 421705.
Let's hear from our future interview of the week.
I am joined by coaches Scott Ware and Crystal Johnson, and we'll talk about the accolade because I almost feel like I'm not worthy to talk without kissing rings or something. Coaches, how are you guys doing?
We're good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Doing good. And the reason I say that is because, it's the third consecutive title for the boys team and the fifth consecutive title for the girls team. Now, just a brief background on how much I love basketball. Both my parents went to University of Kentucky. I know this is not in this SEC territory. This is not going to be popular, what I'm about to say, but both my parents went to Kentucky when Coach Rupp was there, and I went to the University of Tennessee when Coach Summit was there. And so now my father played. I was okay, but I didn't play at the collegiate level or even the high school level, but I'm a huge fan. So I understand from a fan standpoint the accomplishment that this has been for you guys. So first, I'll start with Coach Johnson. What does it mean? Is it now just commonplace? Like, yes, of course I'm going to win the title, or does it just get more special every year?
I think it gets more special because we have a target on our backs. I also went here, so every time we win, it's special to me because this is my alma mater, and I'm able to pour into these young ladies the way my coaches poured into me when I was a student. So every one of them means something to me. People always ask why I'm always crying. It's because I know everything that we put our girls through. So I love the fact that they get to reap the benefits of everything they went through throughout the season at the end.
Yeah. Coach Ware, this is the time of year as we're taping this where people are getting into collegiate basketball because of March Madness. And I think, for a lot of people, they may be big fans here at the end when, the tournament's here and you win and everything. But talk a little bit about, gosh, this has been an ongoing effort for months. And how much does it take to get to the level that you're at?
Yeah, piggyback off what she said. I mean, her girls work extremely hard. Our guys work extremely hard. And this didn't just happen overnight. I mean, we started way back as soon as the championship was over last year. We always take off until after spring break. So that Monday we come in after spring break, we're working on a brand new season. And so, this latest championship goes all the way back to that day after spring break this past year. And the guys are in working 3 days a week, lifting and trying to get their bodies right and get in shape. And, we're lucky. Our guys, every one of them spend time on their own trying to work on their craft and their game. I mean, we practice in the mornings. And so, I'll get here at 5:45 in the mornings, and some of them will be in a dead sweat because they've been here before I even get here in the mornings. So, a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, a lot of commitment on their part to actually get to that final goal at the end.
Yeah. Coach Johnson, my son doesn't play basketball. He tried it, didn't like it. He's a soccer guy, but he's only 10 and he's been playing sports since he was probably 1. So I also want to acknowledge and have you talk about not only the sacrifices of the ladies on your team, but the families of the ladies of your team and how long this has been a commitment for them. And I'm sure for some of them, it's going to be a commitment moving forward as well.
Yeah, it's a big commitment. Like Coach Ware said, we both practice in the mornings. We do weights in the morning, strength and conditioning. And for us, we come back in the afternoon after school and have practice. And then we have girls that work out on their own, whether it's with a strength coach or a trainer, whatever it may be. And obviously, because they're at the age, some of them where they can't drive themselves, they can't provide for themselves. Their parents are heavily involved in making sure they're doing everything they can do to be successful. So I say all the time, like, my program would not run without the parents. They got to get the girls there. Sometimes we have to drive ourselves to games. They have to help pick up food. There's so many different things that go into a season. And it's not just the players and the coaches. It's also the parents, the support staff, the administration here at school, the teachers. Everybody's involved in making sure everything runs smoothly. And to the point that we don't have to do a whole bunch of work and we can focus on the games. But it's a lot that goes into it. Our parents are very, very involved. Booster Club parents are even more involved than the ones that aren't on the Booster Club. So it's a lot that goes into their program. And I know I appreciate it. I always tell the girls, make sure y'all thank your parents because there's so much that they have to do that it's not talked about, it's not seen.
Coach Wharton, I'm going to say it. Y'all aren't going to say it, but I'll say it because I've been the parent on the sidelines of these games and I've heard other parents. And I know sometimes it can be a tough job to be a coach with all the other coaches that apparently are in the families. So let me, that's why I want to turn the attention to you. I'm not going to have you say anything about parents, but I want to turn the attention to you. And again, I'll start with Coach Ware. Coach Johnson, I'm going to ask you the same question. What can we do as a community to help you more you now have consecutive titles? Is there anything we can do to improve ourselves in order to help you achieve this moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, it's just like for us, the boys program, and I know the girls have also been in this case. We were actually nationally ranked this year, and we played several games, and it's kind of an empty gym. Just come out and support the kids. I mean, and I think it's a kind of a thing that people get kind of used to winning here in Hoover because all of our programs are very good, and so they take it for granted. But I mean, we traveled the country this year, and it's kind of awkward conversation to have sometimes when they're like, man, I bet you guys, I bet it's standing room only when y'all play at home. And a lot of times we play at home and we'll have not many people here other than just the parents, going back to the parents that are supporting. So just get out and support the kids. That would help tremendously. We're on a current 40-game home win streak. How good would we be at home if it was packed and the atmosphere was incredible? So I'd just say support. Just come out and support and watch the kids and support the program.
All right, Coach Johnson, anything you want to add to that?
Well, I will piggyback off what he said because sometimes the crowd that is there for their game doesn't come in until the fourth quarter of our game. So we definitely can use the support. I will say this, being a Hoover girl, I just feel like everybody does need to have a little bit more pride. I do think that we're spoiled. It's expected for us to win. But at the same token, these girls put a lot, and the guys put a lot into each game plan. The coaches are working hard, and it does kind of feel like a slap in the face when people are not there to support, because I know how much we all put into it.
Yeah.
And they deserve that support because this is an unprecedented run. May not ever happen again. Like, it couldn't happen anywhere else. I think we were the first ones to go back to back. Now we're the first ones to go back to back to back. So it's like you're witnessing history and you aren't here to actually witness it. So I think that just the support at the games, in the community, just sometimes we have people that'll be like, congratulations when they see us. Or I had somebody ask me last week, when does the season end? And I was like, it's over.
Oh, no.
Just pay attention. I know we put a lot into our social media. Our athletic department puts a lot into their social media, making sure everybody's aware of what's going on. So just, pay attention, be invested, so that when we show up somewhere and they're like, oh, y'all are still playing basketball? It's like, no, we finished last week.
Well, and learn the sport. Like I said, I started off talking about how my family's a basketball family. And I know sometimes in the South, we're big football people, and I just am grateful that I grew up in a basketball home. And so I'm aware of the seasons and all that stuff. But it's if you're a true fan, you can share that excitement with others. And, like you said, encourage them to come and teach them about it all. Hey, I know there's kind of a hangover for football fans after Christmas, but oh my gosh, we're in the thick of the basketball season, whatever. So just a couple more questions for you guys. I'm going to ask the same question to both of you again, and I'll start with Coach Ware. And just one, your most valuable maybe, or the piece of coaching advice, like a coaching advice, one piece that has meant the most to you through these wins?
Yeah, well, one of the things that the narratives that we push is we try to take each game as the most important game. We don't look past the game, like whatever the next game is, that's our sole focus. We don't talk about anything other than that game. And obviously, we went 35-0 this year, so that was a good thing for us. And it's been very good over the past 5 years since I've been the basketball coach. Is we try not to talk about anything in the future other than the very next basketball game and focus in on that. And we I'll ask them all the time in the huddle right before we break practice or whatever, like, hey, got a game tonight. It's the most important game. Why is it the most important game? And somebody will always pop in because it's the next game. And so we just try to stay in the moment and focus on that next game and make sure that we do what we're supposed to do and play to our standard in that basketball game, and then we move on to the next one after that.
Mm-hmm. All right, Coach Johnson.
We also say to control what you can control. I think there's a lot of outside factors that can happen to kids throughout a season, whether it's time constraints or they have something going on in their personal lives. And we just always tell them, control what you can control. When you step onto this court, try to leave all the outside noise out of it. That was advice that my coach gave me when I was in college, and it was the best piece of advice that I can use in basketball, out of basketball, whatever it is. And I think it does relieve some of the stress because there is a target on our girls' back, on the boys' back. Any program here at Hoover, it's just a target when you have Hoover on your jersey. So you got to control what you can control. You can't control the officials. You can't control the crowd size. You can't control what anybody is saying. And that's the message we send. Just go out there, play hard, control what you can control, and let it take care of itself.
Yeah, and I'll also say, to jump back in, like, not other than just that, but like we talk about our circle. Like, stay within our circle. We have everything we need within our circle here at the school to be very successful. Yes, your parents are important. Yes, your trainer's important. Yes, your Uncle Joe's important, but he's not inside our circle. He's not at practice every day. He doesn't know what goes on here every morning. He's not here when you're running sprints at 6 a.m. So yes, it's okay to listen to his opinion, but the opinions within our circle at this school, we have everything we need and within our circle to be successful. So stay within your circle.
Well, let's keep it at Hoover. I mean, because I think my final question, I'll start with Coach Johnson, is, you're a native. So why Hoover? What makes Hoover special and this program special compared to other communities?
I think it's just everybody involved. I think we all have a common goal. It's preached excellence at Hoover. It's preached good character, good people. And I think when you are here, it's just an understanding that you're going to work hard. And while the trophies are beautiful, it's something that we all appreciate. It's not what we focus on. We focus on being good people, working hard. I always make sure I have good people around me. Coach Ware, I'm sure, does the same. Even in the classroom, you just want to preach for everybody to be the best person they can be every day. And I feel like that's what I learned when I got here to Hoover. We have high goals, but at the same token, everybody in the school, from the secretaries to the lunchroom workers to teachers to coaches to students, it doesn't matter. Everybody that's here understands that this is a high level school and they just expect the best. And I think that's what makes Hoover special, because everybody's on the same page, trying to be the best person they can be, the best player they can be, the best teacher they can be on a daily basis. And it's just understood. It's almost like you might figure it out after the first 2-3 weeks, but then after that, it doesn't have to be explained to you. You are expected to be your best person, your best whatever. And that's just the expectation. And that's how I felt when I got here in 96 at Simmons. And I still feel the same way. It's if you're going to be here, you got to be the best. And if you can't be the best, this might not be the place for you.
Coach Ware, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's like she said, it's the approach of everyone involved, from the players to the managers to the trainers, the athletic department, the support staff, the admins, the teachers, everybody. It's just the approach. Everybody has the same approach, and that's that you're going to try each and every day to be the best that you can be in all that you do. It's a blessing to work here. I mean, I thank the good Lord every morning when I pull up that I get the opportunity to walk through that door and be a part of this, because it's just a special place, and I would just say the approach, and just back to that, it's just the approach that everybody takes, and everybody has respect for each other because everybody is on that same approach every day.
And then I'll add, we get asked about, is there pressure on us? And I say no, because I feel like it's just expected. And it's not necessarily the state championships, because I love winning, but at the same token, my goal is to make sure my girls are better people, better women, they're productive people in the society when they leave. So these state championships are just cherries on top. But at the same token, my goal is to make them better people. So there's no pressure, because I feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be pouring into my program. And like I said, winning helps and it feels great, but that's not the goal at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, I believe in the fact that, a plant grows in fertile soil, right? So you both are succeeding tremendously there at the school, and there's a reason for it. The environment obviously allows the two of you to be as successful as you are. So Coaches Scott Ware and Krystle Johnson, thank you so much for being part of the podcast, and continued success. And thank you so much for your insight and your wisdom.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
If you're looking for a great hospital for great care, UAB Medical West is brand new and state-of-the-art. And recently joining their staff, Dr. Jamal Fitz, on why he chose MedWest.
Moving forward to start my practice, which was a big point for me because I did want to come back to Birmingham, given that's where I'm from. This is where my family is. I wanted to get back to that and give back to my community.
And we're glad to have you, Dr. Fitz. What is your specialty at UAB Medical West?
So I am an orthopedic surgeon who specializes in spine surgery. And a lot of people don't recognize that, but ortho does spine as well as neurosurgery. For me, I handle degenerative type of pathology, lumbar stenosis, cervical stenosis, back pain, neck pain. You can come and see me, and usually I can find something that works for you, most times in a minimally invasive type of way.
Dr. Jamal Fitz, one of more than 300 physicians at the new UAB Medical West. Comprehensive care for the entire family and designed around nature to promote an environment of wellness and healing rather than illness. UAB Medical West, just off 459 at the McCullough exit.
Now in its 9th year, the Hoover City Schools Foundation's largest fundraiser, commonly known as Denim and Dining, is kicking things up with a new name and a new look, Derby and Dining, replete with a Kentucky Derby theme. "We're turning everything on its ear. We're refreshing," said Anne Marie Harvey, executive director of the Hoover City Schools Foundation. "We were trying to come up with some new ideas, and we thought of the Kentucky Derby that's coming up. It's kind of funny because I'm originally from Kentucky." As timing would have it, this year's event will be held on May 2nd, the day before the traditional horse racing event that will take place on May 3rd. Derby attire is encouraged, so that includes hats or fascinators, but that is purely up to the individual, Harvey said. Established in 1992, the Hoover City Schools Foundation is a nonprofit organization that seeks to provide grants, scholarships, and innovative programs for teachers and students in the 17 schools of the Hoover City Schools system. Derby and Dining officially kicks off the foundation's annual Commit to 36 campaign. If we can raise $36 for each student per year, it would add up to more than $500,000, Harvey said. Everything from our fundraisers goes to teacher grants and larger district-wide projects. Harvey said these fundraisers have helped educators obtain innovative grants they otherwise would not have been able to afford. One of our librarians wanted to provide a STEAM to-go kit where a child can check out STEAM materials that help with critical thinking and literary skills, Harvey said. Another teacher was able to get sensory-like tables that help enhance children's creativity, motor skills, and problem-solving skills. Harvey said the fundraisers have also helped students with disabilities. Anna Moncrief, a teacher at South Shades Crest Elementary, used her grant to provide 2 picture books, A Day with No Words and Do You Want to Play, for each classroom unit at the school. Students would walk by and see children texting with iPads and wonder what they were doing, Harvey said. The book, A Day with No Words, teaches them that some children learn and communicate in non-traditional ways. In addition to Derby and Dining and the Commit to 36 campaign, the foundation recently launched its $100 for Hoover initiative, where individuals or small business owners can donate $100 to the foundation each year. "I know many entrepreneurs get bombarded by local organizations asking for support," Harvey said. "We wanted to create a gateway for smaller donations to be made without the pressure of a larger commitment. Once our supporters see the benefits of their contribution, we hope they will continue to give and grow that donation over time." Harvey said Derby and Dining attendees will enjoy delicious barbecue provided by Jim and Nick's, whom they have partnered with for several years, and music by Jenna and Ben Kuykendall. Attendees can also participate in a silent auction using the mobile app One Cause. "We have a jazz band from one of the high schools that always comes to play, and we have culinary students from RC3, River Chase Career Connection Center, who come out and serve and show off their culinary skills. They've always been a great help," Harvey said. Previous locations for the event have included the Hoover Met and Aldridge Gardens, but Harvey said that the turnout for the event has been so successful the last few years that a bigger space was needed. So this year's fundraiser has moved to Orris and Oak Farm, previously Hare Farm, at 613 Sanders Road in Bluff Park. "We always have a pretty good turnout, but we're hoping even more will come this year," Harvey said. "The event is open to anyone who wishes to attend, but we strongly encourage Hoover residents to come." Derby and Dining will be held Friday, May 2nd from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tickets are $75 per person, VIP tickets are $125 per person, and tables for 8 are available for $1,000. For more information or to order tickets, go to hoovercsf.org/events.
For over 50 years, Jefferson State Community College has been a beacon of education in the greater Birmingham area. With a commitment of quality, convenience, and personal attention, we've helped over 15,000 students annually achieve their goals. Offering 120 university transfer programs, 33 career programs, and countless certificates across 4 campuses and online, we're one of the largest community colleges in the state. At Jefferson State, we believe in accessible, economical education. Find your place at Jefferson State. Explore our programs and let us help you accomplish your vision. Visit jeffersonstate.edu today. Explore our site and discover how Jefferson State can help you find your place. Your journey starts here.
It's been a big year for Corinne Sweet, owner of the newly opened Board in Birmingham charcuterie restaurant. Previously located in the shops of Melrose and Chelsea, Corinne relocated her catering business to Hoover's Greystone community and opened Alabama's first charcuterie restaurant on December 6th. Board in Birmingham, spelled B-O-A-R-D, Board in Birmingham, launched as a catering business in 2022, a perfect fit for Corinne, who says, "Feeding and entertaining people just comes naturally to me, and it brings me so much joy." In her new space, Corinne cultivates a fun and friendly atmosphere for enjoying a sandwich, salad, dessert, or, get this, a to-go-tery, a catchy phrase she coined for her charcuterie boxes that are available for dine-in or carry-out. Ordering at to-go-tery is much like ordering at a sandwich shop. You order at the counter and choose the options for your box from what is available in the glass case before you. Enjoy Hoover content director Kim Cripps recently stopped by for a visit, and for her small box, she chose one meat, 2 kinds of cheese, savory nuts, a sweet to round it out, red or green grapes, and a jam or mustard. Then crackers, which are also available in gluten-free, pickled okra, marinated green olives, tiny red sweetie drops, Peruvian peppers, and a strawberry were carefully placed alongside her hand-formed Calabrese salami rose, brie, tomato basil cheese, barbecue almonds, butter toffee almonds, and habanero bacon spread. I'm not sure why Kim didn't bring me a box too. After a seamless checkout, Kim walked through the restaurant, passing cozy blue velvet chairs under wine cork lights, a table of friends catching up over boxes and laughter, a couch with a coffee table and a sitting area, and an authentic Bell South phone booth to settle at a bar that runs parallel along the restaurant's back wall. I was offered a sample of wine slushy they are working to perfect, she said, and let me tell you, it tasted pretty perfect to me just as it was. It was here, at the bar, that she met Corinne's mother-in-law, Jackie, and her sister-in-law, Carrie. Jackie and Carrie shared how they'd done their fair share of cleaning and preparing the space to get ready for the grand opening, both smiling and laughing while they talked. Carrie painted while Jackie scrubbed baseboards. They excitedly told me I needed to see the bathroom, which is decorated with clever puns and play on words, Cripps said, and they made sure I met Corinne's dad, Ed, his wife Brenda, and her brother Chad, who were there enjoying their own to-go-teries. It's things like this, support from family, friends, customers, and 2,000 online followers that will ensure Board in Birmingham continues to find success in this new chapter, whether in catering, as a restaurant, or as a welcoming gathering space for connection and community. Visit Board in Birmingham at 5426 Highway 280, Suite 6 in the Terrace at Greystone Shopping Center. Charcuterie boxes are available for dine-in or takeout, sandwiches, salads, drinks, and more. Boxes start at $15 for 1 to 2 people, but take it from us, you aren't going to want to share. Follow them on social media at Board in Birmingham or visit their website, boardinbirmingham.com. Again, B-O-A-R-D in Birmingham.com. Thanks for listening to the Enjoy Hoover podcast. For even more information about Hoover and what's happening, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.